Hello, welcome to Stephen Speak, Xtra Speak, episode number 52, only 52. Today, I'm going to chat to you about, daily daily diary keeping. Yeah, let's have a chat about that then. Welcome to Stephen Speak, Xtra Speak. A little more prattle on everything and nothing. I went off in the middle of the world there while the intro was playing. I was staring at my logo on my screen thinking, Anyway. What was I going to talk about now? I've forgotten. Daily diary keeping. Oh god, it's been one of them days. There's a bloody carrier bag at my feet because I've been sorting my Lego. Hang on. Kick that to one. I could pick it up, but just kick it to one side for another day. Okay, so yes, I decided at the start of April to start a daily diary. So I bought an A4 data page diary, which just basically means each page is a day. For those that don't know that. It's going well so far. There's crap everywhere all over my room, so I'm sorry, you'll probably hear bangs and stuff while I'm shuffling. I'm a bit restless, so I can't sit still, so I keep moving my chair and I keep banging into stuff. Really need to tidy this room again. I get to a point where it's super tidy, and then it lasts about 3 days, and I start another project, and it all goes downhill. So yes, I decided to start a daily diary based on the fact that I've been listening to Michael Palin, one of the Monty Python crew, one of Monty Python fame, and obviously his travels around the world. But he apparently, I never knew this. I knew the book existed, called Michael Palin's Diaries, but I just presumed it was like almost like an autobiographical telling of events in his life kind of thing. Just like as diary entries or something like that. Like, I remember on this day I did this and stuff, but it's actually his diary. He has been keeping a diary for a long, long time. Pretty much consistently, and it's just a book full of excerpts of his real diary, which is it sounds like a weird thing, but I bought it on Audible, not a sponsor, unless they want to sponsor me, because crack on. I always say that, but no one's going to sponsor me. I have like 5 listeners. It's more like 10. If anyone's got any advance on 10 listeners, then let me know. What's going on today? Yeah, so I'm listening to the Michael Palin Diaries at the moment on Audible, and it's just brilliant. But it sounds like a weird thing to listen to, but it's so fascinating. He's had such an amazing life. It's called the first book. I think there might be 3 in total. I'm not sure. I might be lying to you. I think there's 3. The first one I'm listening to is called The Python Years, for obvious reasons. It's covering like the inception kind of Python and their like rise to fame and the films and stuff. And at the moment, I'm listening to I'm quite a way through it. It's a very long audiobook, I must say. I think it started out. I think it was 27 hours long, which is huge, really. But I've only got like 4 hours left of it, and I've been listening to it only for like 2 or 3 weeks, so I've really barreled through it because that's how good it is. And yeah, I just absolutely love it. Michael Palin is just such an interesting guy, and yeah, he's inspired me to basically keep a diary. Now, I did this. Excuse me, I just take my phone off airplane mode because I want to just get the titles of the other books. And of course, you take your phone off airplane mode, and it's like Sunday's podcast just gone. Technology, eh? But yeah, so there's I'm not sure which one's which actually. One of them's called, I think the next one's called Halfway to Hollywood. Then the next one's called Traveling to Work, which I'm guessing is about his adventures on his his Michael Palin travel TV shows that he did, which are bloody brilliant as well. Watch them if you can. But yeah, he just talks about his daily life and what happened and life events, and he is obviously a writer. It's taught me stuff about him because I didn't realize how many different projects and stuff he was involved in. What a prolific writer him and Terry Jones were, as well as the other Pythons. To be honest, they all did a lot of like theatre writing and TV show scripts and comedy writing separate from Python. And I knew they all had like the hand in other things. Obviously, John Cleese very famously did Fawlty Towers, but it's just such an interesting read, and he has such a way of describing things. Really down to earth character, very very truthful in his diary as well about what the other Pythons, how their reactions to stuff were, like very honest opinion and observations of them. Really refreshing to hear. Emotional sometimes when he's talking about his father being ill and his children being born and how they react to him being away and when they come home and how they run to him and hug him and just stuff like that. Really, 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 really amazing to listen to, and he's so expressive, and the way he writes is, if I could write half as well as him, I would be a happy person. But yeah, he's inspired me to write this daily diary, and I've been doing it since the 1st of April. I have had a couple of times where I've missed a few days in a row, and I've had to go back and fill them in. I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to get into the habit of doing it. I say that sat here having not written in the last 2 days, so I need to do that today. But it's kind of nice. It's kind of like a bit of a download at the end of the day, and I think it's helping me sleep, and it helps me rethink about maybe my behaviour during the day as well. And I'm trying to write it a little bit in the Michael Palin style if I can. I think I'm failing quite badly because he's a genius. That's the only thing I'd say. If people throw that word around quite a lot, but his writing just on his diaries is just poetic and beautiful, and I just love it. But yeah, the other two I've got on my wish list, and I will be downloading them as soon as I've finished this one. I've only got about 4 hours left, I think, of this, and I will be listening to them emphatically again. Is that the right word? Yes. I'm going to say it is. I don't know. If I'm to be a writer, I suppose I should really learn words. And I've always been like that, No, like, say a word and not be that confident that it's the word I think it is, and then checking it normally is the word I think it is. Or sometimes it's a completely opposite word. So maybe I need to do that. But the whole reason for starting the diary, I did it once in 2007. 2007 for me was a bit of a turning point in my life. I've realised since that I seem to have a bit of an epiphany every 7 years. The magic number, so maybe there's something to that. But 2007 for me was quite a traumatic year, and I'm not going to go into it. Like, I had relationship issues, personal issues. Yeah, I just was struggling with a few things in 2007 and decided that at the start of 2007 I was going to write a diary. And I did. And I don't have it anymore because I burned it, because when I moved house, I found it and I read some of it, and I'm not that person anymore. And I read it and it made me happy to read it. And it made me giggle a little bit. And part of me regrets destroying it, because I think that maybe I should have kept it and maybe refer to it maybe when I was feeling low or in maybe a similar state. But I took the decision to get rid of it. Well, I didn't complete the whole year. I think I stopped in like the July, so I got like 6-7 months deep and stopped. But yeah, some of the entries were hilarious. Some of them were completely like unreadable as well. My handwriting's not the best, and some of them were quite sloppy, should I say? But yeah, I having listened to Michael Palin, I just felt it was the right time to start another, to be honest. And the other part to it as well is to improve my writing. So to improve my structure of speech down on the page. So I thought that I'm going to try and get into the habit of writing so many words of my books every day, even if it's just notes, and even if it's just structure, and even if it's just character development. I'm going to try and get into a habit of, and this is taken directly from Michael Palin. Him being a writer, he said that he had a target. He was writing I think he was writing a novel, and he had a target of so many thousand words a day. Now, I have a full-time job, and that was kind of his job, so maybe I will be more restrained and say like 500 words a day. Or 1,000 words a day, or maybe it'll even start just attempt to write something every day. But I thought that the diary thing may be a catalyst for my thoughts, and sometimes when you're just writing, and I find this with music, sometimes when you're just strumming and stuff, that's when you think of a song. If you're sat without your guitar in your hand or your piano in front of you, it's very difficult to tangibly just suddenly think of a song. So that's my thinking as well, that if I'm writing every day, I may come up with something that I could utilise for my other fictional works, or my anecdotes for my railway book that I'm writing. Who knows? I'm just trying to do something, and we shall see where it leads. But yeah, I just wanted to say, like, if you get the chance to listen to the Michael Palin Diaries, I would do so. I've always found Michael Palin fascinating. He's always been like my favourite Python, and I don't know why. Maybe I think after reading these or listening to these diaries, I now know why. Go and get yourself a copy of it, or go and download it on an audio book site. I don't know if it's just available on Audible. I don't know. Other audiobook sites are available. But yeah, I would give it a try. It's I find it quite interesting. Even if you're not into the Pythons, I think you'll find it interesting as kind of like a human study of how things are documented by someone. Yeah, and that's all I've got to say about that. I'll let you know how my diary writing is going at some point. I've considered maybe even posting some excerpts on the blog at some point. I need to write a blog at some point because I've not done one for a bit. Again, the blog was an exercise in getting me to write a bit more. But I hope you enjoyed that episode, and I hope you enjoyed the blog. Let me know. Just contact me. Just send me a message on social media at Stephen Speak PC, and just get in contact. Yeah, I would be very, very grateful to hear from any of you that are out there in the ether. Take care of yourselves. Thank you very much for listening. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one. You've been listening to Stephen Speak Xtra Speak. Thanks for listening to my unscripted prattle on everything and nothing. Visit stephenspeak.com for updates, information, and my blog. You can follow more updates on social media at Stephen Speak PC. Thanks very much, and I'll speak to you soon.